Hydra so far for Flakked, and they're looking to make it 5. Epi steals it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's me when I get medic in my solo queue games.
No! Because I'm on the enemy team and you know it's a free loss, right?
No, we're doing, and you're gonna first time something.
Excuse me, Mr. Aphelios.
My Aphelios is getting good. Give it time.
I'm just happy to be here.
You know
Give it
what?
time.
I actually think you're starting to play a lot like LPL AD carries. Cream
Thank
in
you.
particular.
He's a mid laner, buddy.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He
Anyway.
was playing Kai'Sa today.
Nice try on the insult.
Kai'Sa, he's an AD
Yeah.
carry.
Haha.
I mean, he is an AD carry, technically. Because I didn't say bot laners. I said AD carries.
You mean a marksman?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
true.
Mender's on my
According
side
to
today.
Riot
Oh,
Games.
like-
You were
Right.
mean to him too.
Yeah.
So he's on my side now.
What does that mean to you?
I don't know. At some
Probably
point.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Heretics versus Koi is our next game. As it was our last.
Mersa's in a 1v5.
Oh no.
That's not fair.
Yeah. I
Someone
think.
get on
Rest of
stage
the team's
quick.
still fighting about the penta backstage.
Well, really, Heretics
Jankos
are just
is
so
holding Flakked
exhausted.
back.
They're
Oh,
so
true.
exhausted after the first 18 minutes of game 1 that they needed a little bit extra time between.
Yeah.
Okay, they've got all of them now. Nope. Yep, we've got all of them.
Everyone's on side.
Oh my god, it's actually for the crowd buff, right? You delay your walkout into stage, you get that instant adrenaline surge right before champ select.
That's it.
I love it.
Performance coach Ender.
Yeah.
Get me on a team.
Just has them all waiting backstage. Wait.
Don't
No, but
you dare.
don't you have a team that you coach?
Yeah, Teddy Tactics, North American Game Changers Valorant. Shout out.
They're doing well?
We lost to Genji Black, unfortunately, but we're going to be back for Game Changers 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. You can follow him at Twitch TV.
Why are we doing this?
I know, the amount of times we've gone over a sign that says, sub to Pedro, Twitch Prime to twitch.tv/Caedrel. I'm going to call you out, man. I'm going to shout you out.
Well, thanks.
Those are actually two.
He's
they
being
call
nice
out
to you to
sounds
get him
mean.
on your side, by the way.
exactly.
Don't fall for it. He's trying to like bribe you into
It's
it.
all part of my manipulation
You know what would be a
strategy.
good idea? If you could shout out the stakes of this match.
The stakes of this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, do it.
You want me to do it now?
Yeah, I bet.
If Team Heretics lose, they are not only out of the Summer Split, they are also out of contention for season finals, which means they can't make Worlds. And if Koi win the series this is, we're talking about
Yeah,
specifically.
but that's if Heretics lose. You've already said that.
No, yeah, so,
Koi lose.
no, but if Koi win, they get something as well.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
I'm
So,
more
do you wanna shout
confused
out the
now
stakes?
than when we
Oh, yeah,
started.
I'm going to do it really quickly. If Heretics lose the series, they can't make season finals, they can't make Worlds.
Yeah.
If Koi win the series, they are into season finals.
Okay.
Okay?
Easy.
We good?
And if Koi lose,
They can still make season finals.
okay.
Are season finals and worlds the same thing?
No.
Okay.
Close. Competition-wise, close.
Yeah, we send 4 seeds to Worlds.
True.
I mean, 4 technically plays NA, but we
We
send 4
basically send
seeds to
4
Worlds.
seeds to Worlds. We won't talk about it.
Heretics on the blue side going to ban out Tristana and Azir this time. Maokai and Rumble being taken away by Koi.
Is Kai'Sa going to be something that they ban away on 3 again here, Koi? I think it would be a good one to take from them. I don't think there's anything that stands out as a must ban. I mean, they could take away the Rell, but I don't think it's worth it. With
Kai'Sa,
LeBlanc,
LeBlanc.
Tristana ban, as Vetheo being able to play Kai'Sa mid and having that flex on blue side, I think we'll get similar bans and a similar-ish draft with a Sejuani 1-2 from Koi.
Yeah, Rell first for Heretics.
Yeah.
I agree with
Presumably. I mean, honestly, well, I don't think Mersa was actually usually the first one going into the fights. His crowd control following up on either a Jankos stun or a Vetheo charm. Wait, Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa time was very impactful, so I would not be super shocked to see him go for it
They
again.
value Rell over the Kai'Sa flex.
that. So now Kai'Sa Sejuani, right?
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, that's interesting. I'm really surprised Heretics value the Rell so much. Have they got something cooking, like a Samira or something? Or a Draven Rell lane or something along those lines?
Hey, it's possible. I think the Kai'Sa, the problem with picking that now is that you want your AD carry before second rotation, and the Kai'Sa can still be flexed, right? So even if you go Rell, Samira, Rell, Draven, Koi could just pick Ezreal again and play really far back in that lane, just play very safe.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Xayah. Ahri. Okay, so it's quite
right.
stock standard, similar. It's the exact same
The
comp for
salty run
Heretics.
back,
I
yeah.
mean, they won the game.
Last time, of course, they beat
Just
3.
do the same thing. Just win it again.
Well, they might not get Renekton this
Just to
time.
draft the same, just come back from a 7k gold lead again.
It's the perfect strategy.
100% win rate so far today.
Medic's face, he's just looking like, yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Like what?
You know?
Is it a Kali here for Larssen into the Ahri?
That would obviously give away the Kai'Sa where that's going very early on. I feel like it's not,
Yeah, it's going to be a Rakan pick, maybe some kind of... The Rell is kind of annoying here, because do you cover off Poppy ban? I think you kind of have to. Do you also cover off Nautilus ban or something along those lines? Also a possibility. This is where scouting comes in, you know? Have you watched Jankos' stream? He's been playing Rell jungle on stream. Oh, ban it away, you know?
Has he been playing 2v2?
I think he has.
Oh.
Rell's quite broken in 2v2. I also played with his Ivern in 2v2.
How did that go?
We won. So, I mean, he did say, I'm going to play Ivern in 2v2, so they ban it in playoffs, in his best of 3.
Someone just looking through match histories be like, he just seems to be playing like Shaco and Ivern. We should just ban these.
He banned like Heimerdinger and stuff. Maybe he plays a jungle.
Xayah jungle?
Yeah, if he gets Vetheo also to play in solo queue, that's a flex pick. All of a sudden, you got to get rid of that.
Yeah, and the flex is still alive for Koi is this Kai'Sa. Buy ban already coming in. There's a Gwen ban, so that signals...
Okay, Cassante, Ornn, Scion.
Yeah, signals tanks. I wonder if they ban Gwen and Cassante, then it singles out definite tank. I mean, he's only really played this split, Evie, Renekton, Cassante, Scion, Poppy, Ornn. I feel like a Poppy ban here is good for Koi.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's the same last split and the split before that as well.
Hey, you
a lot of those champions up top side.
We're missing the Gnar out of that.
Okay, you're right, you're right.
Wow, no Poppy ban. No Poppy ban from Koi. So
Yeah.
that's definitely a possibility for Heretics. If they put Rell bot, jungle Poppy, top Poppy can work. Rakan really struggles against that champion. I really wonder what they're going to pick on 4 here. They must be, knowing Koi, they're probably picking mid on 4 here and killing that Kai'Sa flex or AD into this Ahri and then allowing Szygenda to get that chance picked up.
Whatever they pick, they're likely to end that flex, right? Actually, I guess if they pick top, then they'd be fine. You're 100% right. I don't know why I said that. I just like kind of thought halfway through the thought, and then the thought just dissipated.
Orianna.
A classic.
Yeah,
Okay.
as you say, whatever they pick, they can kill that flex. Kai'Sa going down towards the bottom side, Orianna mid.
Orianna mid. Wow. Okay. So Heretics. I think Cassante is an obvious thing with Gwen Jax bans. I guess Szygenda will play Renekton into it. He could pick Renekton here and play against the Quinn if he wants to.
Larssen just going down his list of most played champions with this Orianna. He had the Azir as his most played, lost on that. So he's like, okay, what's my second most played? Well, Orianna. 63% win rate on it all time. Does work well with things like the Rakan and the Sejuani. You know, someone's diving in, you can put the shockwave on them.
Yeah, no Cassante for Evie. It's going to be the Ornn. Is Poppy going to pick up here for Jankos, or has Jankos been practicing his Rell jungle? We got some kind of other support here, like a Nautilus, ready for Mersa or Leona. Something that goes into the Rakan Analysts. But I think the Rell support is working well for Mersa.
I see Jankos talking so much that I really think it's his pick here for jungle on 5.
Trundle.
Okay.
Trundle into Sejuani, a tale as old as time.
Song as old as Rome as well.
And then Gnar
Subjugate her during the aftershock. There's the Gnar for Szygenda in the top lane.
I don't know why I was feeling like I expected more from that draft, but the Trundle is quite surprising. I mean, it does well in Sejuani. That jungle matchup is really Trundle favorite. Similar draft for Heretics, you know. They've got the Xayah, Rell, Ahri. They've got very heavy mid-game skirmishing. They've got a little bit more frontline and a little bit more late game now.
And a little bit more engaged with the Ornn as well.
100%.
Yeah, I think the main difference here is like I'm just looking at Kai'Sa is so good at like shredding down tanky front lines. Her poke also absolutely fantastic. So I favor Heretics comp, like especially in team fights. I feel like it's really straightforward how you're going to be playing this one, but I don't know. I feel like Kai'Sa is just one of those champions on the patch you just can't give away in my head. Every time I see it, it's just absolutely derailing the game.
Yeah, very magic damage heavy though, aren't they, Koi? Jungle, mid, AD, support, kind of all on the same damage basis. Gnar is the only kind of isolated out there, so that'll be annoying for Evie when it comes to his build, but I think obviously he'll get pushed in. Szygenda should get a CS lead, see what he does in team fights here, but you can see they're not really playing for side lanes anymore. They've said, well, the Quinn was great, team fights struggled, let's go Gnar, let's play team fights.
Yeah, strong. Again, you have like not similar strength in lane, much more muted than the Quinn in lane, but you have that ranged advantage, and then looking for those flank ults going into the team fight is going to be the idea for them. But I also think that this time around on the Trundle, this gives Jankos a few more options to fight that Sejuani in the early game. Malrang was just inside the jungle using that top lane pressure early, so we'll see if Jankos can make a little bit more impact. He was on the back foot in game number 2. Going to fight back to stay alive here in the LEC.
Alright guys, we're like a village preparing to slay some vampires. Stakes have never been higher. If Heretics win, if Heretics lose, they're out of the season finals, out of contention for Worlds.
Yeah, can you smell the garlic?
No, wait, I need to keep going. This is important stuff. It's important stuff, okay? Koi win, they're into season finals, but there is one more team involved in this little triangle of
in our village.
Stakes.
Threesome of teams.
If Heretics win this game, SK will lock into season finals. Heretics will not quite be locked into season finals, but SK would lock because Koi wouldn't be able to overtake them on points, and the whole Shadooble would cascade.
Do you have the
down
math? Can you show us that?
No.
Okay. You're just gonna have to trust him.
I did do the maths earlier this week. I just forgot that I'd done the maths.
Well, I was just going to say, we have 16 minutes and 40 seconds for you to show us your work.
So that means
okay, so you're saying it's going to be the same
18
time.
minutes, yeah.
18:40 again.
So if Heretics wins SK locked, that means we have 4 teams locked.
Yeah, BDS, MAD, G2 are all already locked.
And then SK would join them.
SK would join them. If Koi win this series, Koi would join them. SK would not be locked.
Battle really begins then, doesn't it? Because you've got 2 slots left. You've
yep.
got Fnatic who's still alive, Heretics who would still be alive, XL, and Vitality who's on the sidelines praying.
Yep.
So still a 4-horse race in that regard. But Comp and Koi are still alive, and they're playing the Kai'Sa, which is obviously one of the most, I say broken, the most powerful champions on the patch right now. A lot of poke heavy, but again, he's got lethal tempo, and he doesn't have minion dematerializer. So I think he's going AD Kai'Sa. Yeah. He's actually recognized, you know what, Sejuani, Orianna, Rakan, I'll go AD. Evi's just hitting him. He's just,
Lord.
He's just going.
Just bonking. Smack him.
Okay.
Oh, he's going.
Yeah, level 2. Szygenda dodges away.
He's gonna hit the Q. Ooh, fade away.
But he's actually thrashing him. Oh my god.
Skin is so counterintuitive for what I imagine Ornn as a champion.
Malrang.
Vetheo pushed forward here. Malrang looks for the Arctic Assault, can't quite land it.
Charm.
It's a slow on Vetheo. Charm was available. Jankos going to chase Malrang out. Advienne's getting a double knock up here. It's stunned for the good of it. Crash down from Mersa will not find its mark.
All right, something's telling me First Blood might be a little bit sooner than 18 minutes this game.
Might be a bit more of a scrappy one.
We can only hope.
Preach.
I don't know. You seem to enjoy your time off up there in the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, you know?
First he goes diving on holiday, and then he's sitting in the crowd. Medic.
He's just not even doing his job.
Yeah.
Guys, let's not say that too loud, okay? Cole might be watching, you know?
Malrang's in top medic. This is where your job kicks in.
Not yet.
Not yet. He's not gonna gank top medic.
All right. When he goes for the minion.
Kicking. Oh,
he was trying to build something in the river.
That's all you.
Okay.
Right, so Malrang's top camps are still up.
thank you for doing my job, Ender. That's nice.
He wants
I got
his
you.
top scuttle.
What is it? What's it gonna be? Wait, I thought he was building something.
Yeah, it's Ruby Crystal.
Oh, okay, it was just a wave.
He misses from Flakked. Nice dash from Advienne. Trading coming on bot.
That's one of the problems for Rell into the Rakan matchup is, yeah, you can get a stun, but Rakan very good at just dodging away from the crash down.
Yeah.
No,
it's fun.
You're looking at me like it's not a valid point. You know,
Thanks for letting us know that they can use their abilities.
saying. Okay, my whole job is just saying the abilities, guys. I feel like, what's happened here? Why is this?
Ender, you know if Orianna shockwaves Ahri, she can like ult out of it?
You're kidding me. Wait, can she flash out of it though?
Yeah, she can.
Wait,
Hey,
that's
Dapper,
OP.
at what point does this count as workplace bullying? Huh?
I'm sorry, man.
Tell me.
I just loved it.
Wait, how did Larssen just teleport back to lane?
'Cause he has
That's
TP.
Wait.
Okay, sorry. No, we'll stop now. We'll stop now, medic. I'm sorry.
I'm really enjoying the bit. I'm gonna be honest. You want to keep going? This will be great. People
It's
say
like-
we don't do hard-hitting analysis here.
We go into
It's amazing.
We go into the hit the Nexus stage. Szygenda still hasn't TP'd back. Heavy neither is just catching the wave. He's been
Oh,
building.
interesting, is he?
Oh, medic's
God,
figured.
it's not a good
Medic's
look on you,
figured.
medic. Okay, can you just take it easy
You
and
want
let
to tell me
him
what
do
he's
his
doing now,
job?
Mark? Or?
He's gonna last it. He's gonna hold the wave. Mersa's also trying to hold the wave. Everyone's trying to hold waves. Mersa's gonna be able to hold the wave, but I don't think Evie is.
I'm just trying to
Flip.
hold someone's hand.
Medic, it's your turn.
Medic can just flash away from this one. He's
Oh
just
yeah?
using his
What, he
ability.
used his stun, he
He's
didn't
got
dash
W.
it.
He's got W. Has he got W? He hasn't got W. He's gonna die. First blood. To Heretics.
Why didn't he just dash the stun, medic?
If he had it, he would have used it.
First you tell me he can get away, and then he clearly can't.
So what we've shown is that was a misplay by Advienne.
I think he used W to try and crash the wave, didn't he? And then Comp left him, thinking Comp was thinking that wave's crashed, and Advienne's like, buddy, you've just recalled it, hasn't crashed, and I have no escape tool. So now, first blood over to Heretics. An early first blood compared to the last game, so I think Advienne probably W's Mersa to try and crash the wave, doesn't he?
There we go.
And Mersa's like, well, your AD carry's not here, so I don't really mind that. And then Advienne doesn't get back to Comp in time, and he has no dash, and Mersa's kind of got the flip. He's got the Q. And Flakked can flash forwards to make sure they seal the deal there.
Flakked getting first blood here. Good early start for Heretics. 13 minutes earlier than game 1 as well.
This does mean bot lane's about to get way more explosive, I feel, because we've got like level 6s coming in the next couple of minutes. Both junglers down this side, no flashes on Heretics bot side. So while they do have a big lead right now, 1k gold almost, like the next few minutes, Koi can definitely look to find an angle to swing it back.
Malrang gonna clear out this ping, get level 5 off it. Vetheo's level 6 though, so those mid ganks are not gonna work. I feel like Koi are just kind of, they just want to scale. Wait for Kai'Sa to get a couple of items. They've got an Orianna mid who, it's gonna be a bit hard to impact the map. Not as much agency as an Ahri when Vetheo comes out of base, and it's all about bottling right now for Heretics.
Comp has the flash, uses cleanse early here, knock up from Advienne. Comp still holding that flash as Jankos joins the party, so does Malrang. 3 in the bottom lane as both Flakked and Comp fall down to about 350 HP apiece.
Yeah, these 3v3 is not going to be favoring Malrang very much. Has to use the Q just to run the opposite direction. As long as Jankos sort of hugs around this bot side, I think they could actually move this into a dragon if they wanted to. The fruit's there, so Flakked can gobble all that up, and then Drake should be easy. Trundle sort of farms through that after the crab.
Yeah, I think they're going to go one more bot wave. Jankos gets 6 off crab, and then maybe they're going to go for it. Vetheo's out of base as well, so he's happy to join the fights. And I think Malrang's just going to have to move towards the top side. So it is a dragon window for Heretics, just in case of whether they go for it. And there's the level up for Jankos, and he's going to start it up. Can Malrang cross map top?
No, he's going
he's
into
going
the
back
bot
towards
river.
bot side, actually. He's level 5, though. Is there really anything to do here? Level 5 Sejuani?
You can watch.
Look how far away he is from level 6.
Theatre League of Legends, you know, everyone's going to see Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but he left in the second act.
Yeah.
He didn't even see the climax. What's the point?
It's more like watching The Flash, though, I guess. Just getting out of
The
there.
entirety through.
Yeah. First dragon of the game over to Heretics. 600 gold lead in their pockets as well as Flakked tings over to level 6. Has a 500 gold lead in that bottom lane. Malrang looking to see perhaps if he can steal something, knowing that Jankos is on the bot side of the map. Gives him the opportunity to get in here and take away one of them.
Actually, in comp landing the W onto Jankos there might have just guaranteed this blue buff going on through. Jankos had an opportunity to sprint back towards the top side. You can see the duo lane is also running on up here. They want to take that dragon. They already took that, and they're moving it straight into a Herald on top side, a full flip.
Yeah, and I think Comp's a little bit late to respawn. He's going to have to reset off, and the problem is, when they move towards this Herald, because of the tempo on both side lanes, there's no cross map. You know, Comp can't hit that bot tower for a Herald trade. Malrang can start it up and try and get Comp and Advienne here in time. Advienne and Mersa both a little bit far away from that level 6. They won't get it off mid wave. Malrang's posturing a bit forwards here. Jankos is going to get his Grump. Vetheo trying to contest this mid wave. Herald started up by Malrang. See if Szygenda decides to join the fight, but both these top laners have no TP. It's going to be a 4v4 around this objective.
I don't really know if you want to take this fight if you're Koi. Potentially you can look for mid lane. Shockwave into Glacial Prism. Perfectly timed there by Koi. Set up around the Herald. Knew they couldn't play the 4v4, so they isolate Vetheo and take him out of the action.
Heretics can still play this though. Orianna has no mana and Sejuani has no ult.
Double stun, double knockup. Maybe a double kill to move. Flakked on the chase. Advienne, Gleaming Quill. The heal doesn't have anywhere to go apart from flashing to save the overall.
Remember that flash ability we just talked about? We broke down a few minutes ago.
About it. I'm sorry,
You can't forget about the flash ability. That's a critical
It's the
one.
tone of his voice. He's not going anywhere to his flash.
God, everyone in the game has the flash too, but honestly, Heretics, great job fighting back there. By all accounts, they lost the fight in the mid lane, but Evie was also on the move up, so even if the fight didn't break out immediately, I still think they want to contest around the Herald.
Easy Herald pickup, and they don't lose anything on this side of the map. Yeah, 1-for-1 overall. Flash down for Advienne. Would have been nice to get that kill. Evie has the ult. Szygenda really wants that plate.
Szygenda has the flash ability though. And with that, you can teleport a short distance towards your cursor.
Is it blink or teleport?
I think it's blink.
It's a blink.
So,
but you know, he's learning.
Really good setup from Larssen and Malrang here. Get the kill onto Vetheo, but I think they just, maybe they don't look at the minimap because they've got a pink ward that Jankos is clearing out, and Malrang kind of like, well, I know they're down there, but we're going to move into this topside river after I've somewhat helped you pushed out mid, and Larssen just used QW, so he has nothing. He literally cannot provide anything in this fight other than a shield for Advienne. And then this is where he uses that crucial flash ability to get away from the kill.
Manages to escape. Mersa, though, having a very good performance on the Rell over these last couple of games. The double knockdown, double crash down there, helping them find the kill. Flakked now 2-0 on this Xayah. Bounty on his head, building up towards that first item. The Rift Herald still sits in Jankos' pocket, around a quarter of the cooldown gone on that. I wonder where they'll decide to use it. Probably invest more gold into Flakked if they can.
Yeah, last game it went into the mid lane, but there was a little bit more, or that was on Koi's side, obviously. But Jankos does have the ability to play a little bit around mid. I do want to draw attention. Mersa has hit level 6, and remember, Heretics went for the first pick, Rell. Now 2 games in a row, even when Kai'Sa was up in this second one. So good to see him finding these angles early. In the team fights last game, he was an absolute difference maker. But already, it's so much more dominant through this early game. Now that Jankos is like looking to play around these lanes, fighting back with the Rell. It's looking very nice.
Heavy TP up in 8 seconds. No ultimate for him, but it looks currently like Heretics are trying to set up something down towards this bottom lane. Might just be the Rift Herald. A wave, still a little bit away, but Heretics realize that they can play for a couple of plates here. Never going to take the full tower, assuming Koi respond, which they do. Heretics will get the charge in, and the Rift Herald will be smitten. Smited? Smoked.
Smoted.
Smoted.
Yeah.
Smotage.
You can look that up in the dictionary.
It won't be there, but you can look it up.
Just take your time.
Didn't say it was there. Kraken Slayer complete for Flakked. Comms building towards that item as well, I think.
And?
And Dragon's up in 40 seconds. There's a Kraken Slayer complete for Comp. Both coming out of base. And you can see, despite having those 2 kills, they're basically similar on items, just the Berserker's Greaves difference. Not really completed for Comp, has the dagger though. And he's going to move back towards that bot side. Larssen's going to get the blue buff. No jungle item completed for Malrang just yet, so they won't be able to share that. But this dragon fight will ensue. 4v4 towards the bot side. Jankos has the Sunder, so he's going to do so much damage in this early dragon fight.
Szygenda has just gone Mega Gnar, so that's going to be timing out as the dragon does spawn. He's got a level advantage as well, and about 40 CS in that top lane. Although every time we've looked towards the lane, it's been Ebby, you know, bashing onto Szygenda. He
Yeah,
taking place.
Ebby is winning the battles. Szygenda's winning the war of attrition over here.
Yeah.
So many minions up on that top side. But still, I don't think Koi can realistically contest around the Drake. Instead, you can actually see Advienne running up top side. I don't really think there's an opportunity to dive. There's no Mega Gnar stacked up or anything like that on Szygenda. Even if there was, Ebby's ultimate is just a little bit too much to deal with. So just going to put down the ward before going back to base. So they run into each other down the bot side. 50 seconds to play for a turret plate, but Malrang going to deny the cross map.
I wonder if Heretics are concerned about a TP flank. They're not committing so hard onto that bot tier 1. Larssen has this constant mid pressure, similar to game 1. Not as punishing though, and Szygenda has the top push. He has flash, but Ebby
looks for the double knock.
has the damage.
Szygenda is going to go Mega. And yeah, he's back to half HP, Ebby. He did manage to scare him a little bit as Jankos can put the pillar down here, but doesn't force Larssen into a compromising situation. No charm for Vetheo to connect there.
He just procced phase rush as he ran towards the lane there, so a bit unlucky. So Evie will level up. Szygenda's actually a full level up on the Ornn, and he's slowly chipping away at that tower. So you can see the solo lanes of Koi are winning out. The bot side 3v3 is in Heretics' favor, but they can't accelerate the game because these 2 solo laners have TP. So it's kind of hard. You can see that ward on the backside of the bottom brush. If Heretics are to move forwards, that's going to sting.
This is spooky. Flakked most gold in the game, and he was dominating in the team fights back in game number 1.
Ultimate and cleanse. So I think they need a Rakan flash somehow, but how long do you wait before you just say, you know what, let's go?
I don't think he can.
Yeah.
Flakked is really like...
He's playing it smart. He doesn't see enemy bot, he doesn't see enemy jungle.
But then this is the
wait,
point
he's
where
there.
Koi is saying, but how does he know? He can't know, right? Does he know?
Well, see, there's
How would
actually
he
a
know?
ward.
How would he know?
There's actually a ward up towards between the tier 1, tier 2 in that lane
Oh, do you
as well.
think that actually
I
spotted
think he
him?
would have seen them walking down into the lane.
That's correct. Unless Malrang came from Wolves and down through the tri-brush.
But
I didn't actually see
his whole path.
Yeah, I didn't actually see the whole path. But you're completely right. If the Malrang ran through lane there, he would have seen it. So that's why Flakked was playing safe. Vetheo ulting. This is a dive.
Heavy. This is the knockup. Szygenda dashes across the wall, but Vetheo still on the chase. No charm to connect. Szygenda has the flash, but doesn't have a hope in hell of surviving that one. Meanwhile, the tower falls in the bot lane, and Heretics making plays across the map here.
Yeah, straight in and out. Easy as that. I think they go ahead and get a reset on Jankos' path back up here for the Herald spawning in 30 seconds. Maybe move that to mid lane too. Heretics running around the map here. Looking real good in the early game.
Yeah. Gonna pick up the top tier 1 here, maybe Koi. They've got their jungle support hovering on his top side, but Evie hasn't reset yet. He's just going to clear out this wave regardless. He has ultimate for the next wave as well, and Jankos is sprinting up towards his top side. Vetheo has the TP, winning on both sides here. Are Heretics looking to take a nice early game lead here. Complete turnaround from game 1.
Yeah, in terms of ults, while Jankos, Vetheo have theirs down, Malrang doesn't have his either, so Heretics not even that far behind if a fight were to break out in this area.
Yeah, here comes the overload for top tier 1. I think Evie's gonna have to either ult this wave or give it up.
Oh, Mersa's on a big flank. TP behind.
TP behind by Vetheo. Heavy low, but the call of Portugal coming out now, and Mersa and Jankos looking for the flank. Larssen knocked up, Vetheo lands the charm, and Larssen will fall. A great Magnus Storm. Advienne trying to get away with a quickness of his own. Malrang just at the edge of the orb of deception, but the edge of death as well as Vetheo picks up a double.
Koi tried to make a play happen. Larssen doesn't have the damage to kill Evie, and then he gets the ultimate across. Larssen doesn't even flash it. 2 kills over to Vetheo. They're winning out on all sides of the map here. The only win condition that Koi had was those solo lanes, and now Larssen is even with Vetheo. They're going to be able to push in, take top tier 1, take Herald. Yeah, it's going to be so hard for Koi to come back into this game. There's no real plays that they can force into. Face checking into this comp is going to be horrendous.
That's really, really tough for them. I mean, they were the ones trying to make that play, but they can't quite finish off Evie, and then the Ornn ultimate still having an impact even when he's just on 1 HP.
I'm surprised they didn't commit for the kill here onto Evie. Malrang just decides to run away. Actually, no, he goes... I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, here. I thought he could commit full. Actually, he doesn't have the ultimate. He does have the flash, though. I feel like when they're behind you, maybe he thought he could just go full forwards, but instead you run backwards into them and kind of like die anyway. I feel like in those situations, committing full is the best thing to do, but maybe he didn't have the full information as to where they were. You can see Comp was pushing mid wave. Szygenda was around mid as well, so there was no real bailout of that situation. Tried to get to his top tier 1, but nice collapse from Heretics.
And the problem for Koi is there's a domino effect from that play. They don't get the top tier 1, they lose 2 kills, they lose their top tier 1, they lose Rift Herald, and now there's 40 seconds on the next Cloud Drake, and the enemy has a Rift Herald to help with a push, probably in the mid lane to try and take that tower. Szygenda's trying to defend here, up down towards the bottom lane, but Heretics have a 3k gold lead. They've got every neutral objective so far in the game. They have pushing lanes in mid and in bot, and there's 20 seconds before Cloud Drake comes up, and it will be their 3rd dragon of the game. It is so bad for Koi.
Can they go 3? Can they go for tier 3?
I mean, they can.
No TP on Orianna. Comp just showed on mid wave. It's going to be hard if Flakked really wants to step up for that. He has no ultimate just yet. They might just get the crash and go the Drake. Safer option.
And honestly, like, Koi's best bet for a fight, like, whether it's this or the next Drake, it's probably here where you're still on one, like, major item and components in the Heretics camp. If you wait for the next dragon, on Soul Point, Heretics gonna have 2, maybe even 3 items.
Top flashes early, call to the Portugal, still Mersa. The Magnus Storm for Mersa. And Heretics continue to dive in, and Koi continue to die. The Drake still available for Heretics if they want that prize, but so far they've taken a tier 2 in bot, a tier 1 in mid, and now they can turn their eyes towards the dragon.
Game 2 looks over in the time that it took Game 1 to even get a single kill, Medic.
Yeah. I can go sit in the crowd again if you guys like.
Never really thought about that one. Maybe we'll have to in a couple minutes because Heretics are demolishing Koi. What a nice ultimate here from Evie. Gets Comp's flash. Mersa instant follow-up with the flash ultimate. Such good team play coming out here from Heretics. Larssen's just kind of standing there watching his whole team collapse. He's ahead on the Orianna, pushing out top, but his team's getting hard engaged on. And there's not much he can do about it. Szygenda is even with the Ornn, but that's not what you want from the Gnar counterpick. And now Heretics with this gold lead are going to start pushing their advantage on. Soul points already. Granted, Cloud Soul's not the strongest. They're Baron, not the fastest, but the amount of turn potential that they have with this Kai'Sa not having summoners is insane. They have the Ornn, they have the Pillar, they have the Ahri dash, and Mersa can look to hide in brushes when they decide to start it up. So I think then in the next couple minutes, Heretics can really start to force this Baron down.
So much pick, so much AoE control, and not to mention, like, playing for elimination here for Koi, especially when Game 1 was such a lock-in for them. They'd had everything and then just demoralizing. It wasn't even just like one fight they lose and it's over. They lost fight after fight after fight when they were pushing Heretics into the brink. How do you bounce back from that? It does not seem like they have managed to accomplish anything in that department.
Yeah, that Game 1 was in the bag and just fell through their hands. And now it's getting tougher and tougher. Every can match these side lanes. Oh, if he got the knock up there, he could try and get Szygenda's flash with his ultimate, but now he's going to take a lot of damage. No flash on the Ornn. Larssen's going to try and force the dive.
But they could start Baron in 5 seconds,
they have
honestly.
Double TP. They have to kill Evie here, otherwise he's going to base in TP.
They're going Baron.
They're looking for it. They're starting it up, it seems. Evie just bases underneath the tower. The rest of Koi now reacting.
Where's the TPs from Koi?
Is here.
Watch Vetheo on the flank. Also with the TP in from Evie. They can zone him away from pit. It's down to 4K.
It's gone.
It's gone. Right. You have to feel Vetheo on the front line. Malrang trying to get in, but he's stunned up. He's locked up. Advienne going in with the chance of Baron. Already secured. Heretics on the shockwave. Invasion Prism. The Thunderstorm coming out. Flakked doing so much work. He dodged away from it. And Flakked survives. Quack, quack, Koi. As they are locked out by the Dutch. Szygenda will take one. The Jankos answers in the end. A 5 for 3 and a Baron for Heretics.
Flakked's an unkillable unstoppable fighting machine. You just can't take him down. What's that? On 1 HP, he turns it straight back into Koi. But Koi got the perfect engage.
He wins the 1v1 against Comp, doesn't he? Very slow to react, our Koi, but Heretics take the fight after the objective falls. The shockwave from Larssen hit 3 or 4 members of Heretics on top of Advienne, managing to get a lot of people charmed up. Here comes a shockwave. 3 or 4 members just instantly locked up. Comp dives, and it's a 1v1 here. Flakked versus Comp on the left side. If he can win that there, Comp, he can get a massive shutdown and take a base. 1 HP, gets the kill with the Q. Larssen, really good mechanics here, actually. Dodges away from the Q, pulls back, ease himself, then manages to get the kill onto Vetheo with Szygenda, but then the flash smite from Jankos takes him down. Jankos then kills Szygenda too. So 5 for 3 for Koi. They get the Baron. They have 7,000 gold lead now, and they're getting closer and closer to that soul that spawns in 2 minutes time.
Just everyone from Heretics played that sequence so well. Ebby survives for the tower dive towards the bottom side, then manages to TP up. Mersa gets a great Magnet Storm in response to the Shockwave Glacial Prison coming out. Flakked wins his 1v1. Jankos flash smites. You know, they did everything they needed to do to now have a 7,000 gold lead, 22 minutes in. A Drake up in 2 minutes time, but I think Heretics might be looking for a little bit more than a Cloud Soul.
It's been crazy to watch Heretics try to evolve over the year after 2 tough splits. Now on the verge of eliminating Koi here in dominant fashion. Flakked as well. Just such a beast in the backline.
No cleanse.
Cleanses away. Charm hits. Call of Fortune coming out as well from Ebby. Lands the knockup. Jankos looking for the chase. Pillar goes down onto Larssen. The stun on Ebby means he can't get the knockup. Place your Prism, Shockwave onto 2, but it's the 2 tanks. Ebby will fall, Szygenda dashing away. Looking for a little bit more. Inhibitor falls into the bottom lane. Inhibitor tower in the mid. And Heretics will walk away, licking their wounds a little bit, but still managed to raise most of Koi's bait.
Yeah, the damage is done. They were going to back off after they got that inhib anyway, so they managed to get a kill in return, and they keep that mid inhibitor alive, but I don't think they'll do too much. No flashes on the carries of Heretics just yet, so it becomes a bit difficult to start walking up. Dragon spawning in a minute's time. Vetheo is going to push out top, maybe try and get towards that level 16, or if he can get that Rabadons, and then it's a big soul fight. Oh, yeah. I think Koi might just have to give it up.
For the soul, the flashes are going to be a big one. You hanging with me, Medic? Okay, here's the deal. Comp's flash just comes back for him, so some playmaking there, no cleanse, of course. But like you're saying, nothing really on the side of Heretics, so if Comp can stay alive here, he's got some options.
It's 2 options for Koi. 1, fight the Dragon, or 2, look for objective bounties. Vetheo has the ultimate. Can he land the stun here?
No, Thermofrost coming out. There's the stun, the lockup onto him, and Vetheo. One more Spirit Rush, can't quite get the cooldown off in time. He falls in the side lane.
Koi have a pick. What do they do with it? 43 seconds and 25 seconds on the Dragon spawn. I don't think Jankos and Heretics will allow Koi to enter this bot side river, so maybe they have to play for objective bounties. Comp has the ultimate.
Might have to flash, yeah.
Able to walk away, supercharges his way towards the top side. It's 13 seconds now on the Cloud Soul for Heretics.
Here's the problem. Heretics still have control over the river, so even though you have 15 seconds to play with, Vetheo is going to respawn and be able to teleport in. Koi can't do anything.
They want top tier 2 objective bounty. That's what they've settled for here. A kill and some gold injected into the rest of the team and Szygenda. And Szygenda's up 2.6k, but he has a hull breaker. He's a side lane Gnar and he's got an XP lead, so see how much he...
I want Quinn! We have Quinn at home.
We have Quinn at home, yeah. At least he'll be able to soak up a bit of damage in these team fights, but now we're at a game state where they do so much damage, don't they? Vetheo and Flakked, so he's going to get melted straight through unless he can pick up more tanky items here on the next reset. Larssen's just been clearing out bot waves, trying to get towards that Void Staff. 3-item Orianna, of course. The longer the game goes on, the better it is for Koi to hold on and get that Orianna to 5-6 items and melt through the front line, but it's tough. Szygenda's going Black Cleaver. 5,000 gold lead and soul now for Team Heretics.
Just a reminder for everyone at home, Heretics win this. They are obviously still in our summer split, still in contention for the season finals. Koi losing doesn't knock them out of the season finals running, but it means obviously their fate is no longer in their own hands. If Heretics win this game though, SK will be locked alongside BDS Mad and G2 in our top 6 tournament at the end of the year, or in a couple of months' time. Close enough.
The end of the LEC year. There you go.
Exactly. As Heretics now pushing in the top lane. Vetheo pressuring by himself. Szygenda down towards the bottom lane. Does have the TP. They're looking for another bounty.
Just wait for that hull breaker, baby.
I've always been more of a Snickers man myself, but the bounties do pay off here. Koi. Kick out, true.
Nailed it.
Mid lane inhibitor. About to fall. Mersa looks for Comp. Flashes away. The tower low. Advienne goes for the engage as well. Charms away. Ebby's still that front line. Vetheo pushing in mid. The inhibitor in mid lane.
They have to hold this. They have to hold this inhibitor.
The charm. As you say, they have to hold it. Otherwise, it's double supers in all the lanes. Vetheo
Big
forced away.
damage.
The Spirit Rush does get him to safety. Baron up in 40 seconds. And I think Heretics will reset and then look to set up around that objective.
Yeah, Heretics look for their quick resets here. Advienne does the same. Needs wards in the tank. They're going to re-clear into the jungle. Best bet for Koi, probably to try and push out the super wave in mid, then move up into their own jungle, come at it from an angle here. It's a little bit concerning because they don't have many wards. There is a red ward on enemy blue buff, by the way, so some potential for flank TPs from a guy like Szygenda, but he's burned through the Mega Gnar already, so would have to find a minion wave or something to recharge that on.
Larssen got that Void Staff. He's going to push out bot. Here come Heretics towards this top side. Baron spawning just now. I think they're going to start it up and
the ward's gone.
try to force. No flash on comp means their turn is so strong. Malrang and Advienne needs to get some vision in this pit. He has flash now, Malrang, if he wants to look for that steal.
Has the blast cone as well.
Larssen's still not TPing.
Oh. Larssen still in the bottom lane. He's set to TP, not pushing out the wave yet. There it is. Teleport in.
But they back away.
Tower falls in the mid lane. Heretics do. They let it reset a little bit. Still at 7,000. Jankos and Flakked now working on the Baron.
They can play time. Minions are pushing down the bot side. Jankos just keeping it tanked. He can perma-push this.
The slower they play, though, Heretics, the worse it gets. I feel like there's a decent amount of poke coming out from Koi, with Szygenda just being a nuisance on the front line and forcing them back. You can see Abby already get chunked out. Heretics disengage it. They get mid-wave. They push towards a blue buff for Jankos and Flakked, and maybe they're going to start it again. Bot wave, you can see the assistant pings on that lane. Vetheo saying to his team, well, if that goes too deep, we can look for TPs. Szygenda's going to base to cover that play off, but he's going to have to TP back in just a second because they've already started it up. No vision from Koi. Advienne doesn't have any wards. No one has wards on Koi other than Szygenda.
How the ball in the pit. Now they can see. The Orianna command attack will help them a little bit.
Push back though.
Dashing away. Vetheo, Spirit rushing forward. They're trying to get Malrang. Glacial Prison has been used there to knock up Malrang. Already down to half HP. The charm coming out as well as Mersa. Look for the Magnosaur. Malrang knocked up, locked up and shut out of the fight. Baron secured for Heretics. Advienne coming back in with the quickness as Koi tried to isolate both Vetheo and Ebby. The flash away. Szygenda going in but can't quite get to the Mega Gnar in time. He flashes forward. The wall up wide. The Gnar into the wall. Vetheo opens up once again as Larssen and Advienne have to dash away. Flakked flashes and there go Koi. Heretics win out the fight. They claim the Baron and they're looking for their spot tomorrow.
They're teleporting down to the bot lane. They're looking to end it. Comp is just running. He couldn't get into the fight. The pillars, the Ornn, the Rell, everything. He had no chance, and now we'll have to watch as Heretics destroy the Koi base.
Seconds on Malrang. Comp is dead. They couldn't find that Baron. They were pushed back. Szygenda tried to flash forwards to make the hero play, but that's going to be a 2-0 for Heretics.
It's vengeance for Valorant here for Heretics as they claim the win against Koi. And they will meet BDS tomorrow for a spot in the playoffs.
Game 1 was very shaky from Heretics, but very funny towards the end when Pentas get stolen and you make this insane comeback. A lot of energy and spirits are high. This game, though, was pretty, I'll say, clean overall. Their draft, they ran it back, and you could see the difference in functionality when they actually get the ball rolling and they can make things happen. They have so much agency in the game where they can actually just press the advantage. And yeah, Koi just couldn't match up against it. They couldn't slow them down to keep the lanes in even states so they could pressure those lanes because they just kept forcing around the map. Didn't they manage to pick up objectives early on, and then the snowball effect came through.
I believe it's a tough day for Koi all around. 0-5, I think they lost 0-2 here, and then 0-3 up against Na'Vi in LCQ, ending their year in both leagues, as a matter of fact. At least here in the LEC season final, still a possibility.
Yep, and it would be difficult for them to make it. They have 150 championship points, so it's very dependent on where everyone else places. But importantly, Koi not out of season finals, not quite out of the running for Worlds yet. We'll have to see how results go from now on. Heretics continue their charge through the standings. And because of them, because of this win, SK are now going to be fighting off for those world spots in a couple of months' time. You can vote for your player of the game for this series, though, at LEC on Twitter. Jankos, Flakked, and Mersa are your options. Honestly, all three of them had really good games. I think Mersa on the Rell played exceptionally well today. And as a support main, I have to, back my fellow support mains. But you could also, Flakked had some great moments.
I was going to say, I feel like we yelled Flakked's name louder than everyone's, so that's usually a pretty good bet for MVP.
I mean, true, but he also didn't get a pentakill, so...
Yeah, and that was definitely his fault.
Yeah, he could have got it. All he had to do was auto-attack, Ebby's just better.
It's one of those things where it's like, if Ebby ever tries to get a penta, it's Quadra, Flakked's flashbacks, He's flashing forwards, he's taking that penta.
I think we've all watched enough Ebby to know that he's more of a utility tank player than the
You never know. I've seen Malphite get pentakills and lose the game 5 seconds later.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. We'll have to see. Perhaps if we go on the Gwen arc for Ebby or something.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he was doing some crazy things on
Tryndamere.
Renekton. Right out of the GA in the first game, all of a sudden flashing, killing Larssen.
Tryndamere?
Pretty gnarly.
Could work.
Yeah, Tryndamere could work.
If
He
it ever
was
comes
a
back.
Tryndamere player a
Yeah.
lot when he was on DFM.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much enjoyed
Urgot,
the Tryndamere
perhaps?
Urgot.
pick. Yeah.
Bring out some classics.
It's been a while since we've seen Urgot.
Yeah,
actually.
I miss
I'd love
old
to-
Urgot.
I'd-
Land
Oh,
this-
yeah.
Good in 2v2.
You
Land
could
and E
steal,
and
you
then
could, but you could steal a Baron from like 3 screens away.
Yeah.
Just like hit the E on it and then.
Oh, yeah. Remember
Holy,
that?
imagine 2v2v2, but they bring back old champions, like pre-rework. That would be sick.
You know, the most fun I had playing Urgot was Urgot support because all your job was to flash
Right, to
hyperkinetic
lose.
position reversal.
They kind of did that with
Reverse
Fiora.
them.
Blade Waltz. You can like have the old Fiora.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So they have some remnants
Give us
of
the
it.
Old
hyperkinetic
Scion.
position reverser.
I
No,
want old
no, that's
Scion. Where you
disgusting.
just run with the shield and you press E and then you just thrack. That would have been great. Anyway, that's enough from us. We're going to hand it over to Trouble, who is sitting by with Flakked and
Knows
Jankos.
old Scion, but not what flashes.
Thank you very much, Medic. Jankos, Flakked, congrats, guys, on the win. Can I get some first impressions on how you felt about today's games?
I mean, overall, we are pretty sad because Jankos really wanted to get holidays. And we were expecting like a quick 0-2. But
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like new season Diablo,
Yeah.
2v2 arenas. There's like so many things to do.
Any TFT?
Oh no,
we don't play-
we don't play
yeah.
shit. I mean,
it's a really good game. It's a really good game. It's a
we don't
really
play good
game.
games.
It's a
We
really
don't play good
Yeah,
games.
it's
Come on,
just-
man, it's the only game I'm good at. You can't say it's bad.
I mean, Jankos is like so bad, so he's just mad, right?
All right, cool.
Just flaming the game.
That is true. I just don't have any brain, and TFT you need brain.
Yeah.
So automatically I cannot play TFT.
Yeah.
I can coach you, so it's okay. You can coach me in League and coach in TFT. Okay, so are we happy? Are we happy with today's game and how it went?
Yeah. I mean, if we take in consideration that Jankos holidays are ruined, yeah, we're pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, we did 2-0. I don't know how we won the first game. That was like...
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
Flakked's Penta got stolen, which
Yeah,
he
my
probably didn't
God.
deserve it in the first place. So it makes
Okay,
sense.
sure,
What
sure.
happened with the pentakill? Why did it get stolen?
Okay, so I mean, we are chasing right, and we are chasing as well, and then I hear quadra kill, and then I see it's like my champion, right? I see Xayah quadra kill. I'm like, wait, I
That's
can
me.
get, yeah, I can get penta. I'm like penta, and then, I mean, to be honest, Abby stole it, but this rat, to not call it worse, he actually wanted to steal it. Like, we finish the game, we go outside. And this guy is like, if Abby doesn't steal the penta, I was looking to steal it. I was like, sure, bro. like, sure, bro.
I mean, you know, he's a rookie still, right?
Yeah.
It's his like kind of second year.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
want to
think he
get cocky,
deserves
yeah.
a penta yet, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Not
someone
yet?
like Caps who got like a penta in the fountain last week. That is like deserved. But like I
Okay.
mean, Flakked,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like
I agree.
If you guys make season finals, does he deserve a penta then?
No, probably still not.
I mean, then I'll be very sad, right? Because
yeah.
we are making it all the way.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's so much like time.
Yeah, and imagine we go worlds like this.
Oh my God! Then there's no vacation until like
Yeah, I don't know.
late November, not like
Yeah.
November
Yeah.
max.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
probably should just consider retiring probably, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, true actually.
Yeah.
But now you guys have roster lock, so you can actually swap.
Yeah, actually, yeah, thanks.
But maybe it's better for you.
I mean,
anyway.
we're getting interviews, so we should just let her ask the questions. But it's fine. Like you can keep like annoying.
I can literally just sit here and listen to you guys all day. If you want to have a podcast.
fine.
I mean,
It's
personally, I don't want to listen to him whole day. So I think
Yeah,
as
it's
much as
mutual,
like
it's
if you are
mutual, so
talking,
fine.
it's much better.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, since you want to talk about this, let's talk about your guys' relationship a little bit, your friendship, being colleagues, because there's a lot of banter going around, but I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, maybe there's more?
I mean, behind the scenes, for sure, this guy touches my ass more than we can see on the broadcast. But I mean, outside the game, right, we're like really good friends. And we do have like this like really stupid humor.
That is not legal on the broadcast.
Okay, sure, you can say that. I mean, to be honest, with Bibi, like our humor was like even worse. It was so bad that
Okay,
Jankos
with
would get
BB,
triggered.
your humor was like omega triggering. It was completely fine.
yeah.
It was completely fine on the broadcast.
Yeah.
But it was like just so annoying.
Yeah.
It was like beyond annoying.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Dylan, who is like omega chill, would sometimes get triggered.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
At Bibi or Flakked?
I mean, both.
I mean, both. Yeah. It was just like you couldn't listen to them. Like it was not possible.
A match made in heaven. All right, a little bit more league related, honestly. When your guys' team didn't do very well, a lot of the weight fell on Abby's shoulders, not performing the best over in the top lane. But it looked like it had a really freaking good series, a lot of flanks. Did you work on particularly anything? Did you work with Abby on anything? Do you pay more attention towards that top side of the map? Are you happy with the performance today that you had?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's very difficult for Evie to play because our bot side needs so much attention.
Yeah.
That basically,
And
you
I'm
know,
choking already.
yeah, and Flakked is perma choking, and mid lane is like,
Yeah.
don't even get me started about
we
the
don't
mid lane.
mention mid lane.
So that is why Evie has to tank a lot of hate because he just doesn't get help enough from us. Since we have to help mid and bot.
It's top lane
But
is
I do think his play today was very, very good, right? He, like you mentioned, he had a lot of flanks. I think his laning phase was very good. I think he found like a cheater base on Quinn in the game 1, which completely like won the game, or like not won the game, but his lane was like so much easier than it should have been. So I think he's a very smart player that maybe sometimes gets like too much hate. But I mean, yeah.
I think as well, like this week we tried like playing more for top lane and as well like enabling him more in like comps. So that's why in some games, to be honest, if I can run it, but some games as well, like the thing is we like our macro as a team, for sure it's like getting better, but especially in the early days wasn't like the best. And he was usually the guy like perma dropping like sides and everything and playing like, it cannot even be called weak set. It was like beyond weak set, right? Like zero attention from like anyone. So of course he would like look like even worse. But still I think he's like really smart player and really, like nice overall in game because he's like always willing to like sacrifice. And he like, I don't know, probably other player would get like mega mental if he had to play against Quinn with like zero attention every game. But we're really happy with the team and with Evie as well.
Yeah, he found really great team fights today and versus the Queen as well. Now, you asked me not to ask you about your mid laner. Your mid laner is waiting in PGL with Lore and Yamato. Can we please open that box about the mid laner and sort of like tell him something? Jankos, maybe?
Last time Jankos flamed me, I almost got fined for doing something on...
So we let him get fined this time?
Yeah, just say something to the mid laner.
I don't like it's. The thing is, if we open the Pandora box, there's no end to it, and I don't want to like end his career during an interview, So like, look at his smile.
Laughing,
like he's laughing because he's trying to cope.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
He's
like,
Is that like
he's
the
like
awkward
laughing.
smile?
Yeah, he's sweating. He's sweating.
He's like super sweating, dripping, with sweat. Like,
Yeah.
but it's fine. He had decent game with Ahri, 2 games with Ahri actually. So we will let him pass this time.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much, guys, for this podcast. And sorry, no holiday for you. You got to play again tomorrow.
It's fine.
It's fine tomorrow.
It's fine.
Like tomorrow he'll make sure we have holidays, guys.
I can book my... don't worry, Sam.
Thank you very much, both of you. Congratulations on the win. Over to PGL with Lore Yamato and the mid laner Vetheo.